movement. And for me, I feel like sex does have a big role to play again in this moving chi, this charging, this emotion with the pelvis and the hips. And it's such, even the sexual energy in itself, it's such a powerful, powerful, powerful force to move chi, to cultivate chi, to harness and attract more life force in your vessel, because now we have the capacity, we have the space for ourselves, the space for our soul to fully live anew, illuminated in our vessels through this movement. Like it's powerful. It's so powerful.
No, definitely. How do you feel like couples that are like having sex or anything, how do you feel like they can help one another like heal throughout that act? So kind of more that like sacred sexuality now. How do you feel like they can help one another?
First and foremost, I would definitely say like create the space and create the intention. Environment plays like such a prominent role in healing. I'm not too sure who says it, but there's a quote that says it's really difficult to heal in the environment you got sick in.
Yeah.
So just by intentionally creating a sacred space, you're already setting boundaries on what energy you want to come into that space and what energy isn't welcome. And that's like, we are sensitive human beings, and that is powerful to do when we're going to cultivate such a potent essence,
Hmm.
ocean energy. And then within that safe space now, it's about really being present in our bodies so we can listen to that person, and not just listen on an auditory level, but listen to how that person's breathing. What's their body doing? What's their body language saying? Are they open? Are they closed? And it's almost like a telepathic connection. Allow yourself to be able to cultivate that, because sometimes your partner might not always even completely know 100% what they're feeling, because this is me as well. Like I might not express, it might take me a while to figure something out. So I could be in a situation, and because I don't fully know what's going on, I'm not going to express it, and I might express it days later, and the person could be like, well, why didn't you say? And it's like, well, I didn't know. Like right then I wasn't sure. So yeah, so to be able to kind of allow ourselves that closeness to be read. So even in the openness, say if I don't know what's going on with me, if I remain in a completely open state, it allows that partner to be present for me, because I'm not energetically pushing him away, instead of thinking, oh my God, I'm not comfortable, I don't know what's going on, this is coming up, and then my energy is just like, because we feel energy so much that even if we don't communicate vocally, there's so much being said. So the more we are open in our intimate relationships, with the more we allow space for that other person to be present for us, and when we allow ourselves to witness our partner in all loving, in non-judgmental, heart-centered compassion. Compassion is such a powerful, powerful, powerful energy. And when we can like look at our partner and just see them in their beauty, their boldness, and all that they are, that kind of look, like you recognize it. It's a frequency that you're emanating from your being, and that as well amplifies that safe space, which allows a person to fully be open and a person to fully be vulnerable. And when we fully open, again with sex, we're allowing this beautiful energy to flow. And instead of it being just localized now in the genitalia, because of this openness and this level of safety, we're allowing the energy to flow from head to toe throughout our being. And yeah, it's really beautiful. It's so beautiful. And a lot of the time, the vulnerability, the trust and the safety is linked to orgasm. So it helps more women to actually be able to surrender, because sometimes that's what it is. We can get so active, and so even in a as a feminine, as a woman, we can get so almost like masculine in our sexuality, because of like the porn industry, movies, TV, and what everybody's always been giving us. We haven't really had a space to actually delve into our own sexuality and how we naturally want to express our energy. We're kind of just performing. So when sex becomes a performance, it becomes an act instead of an actual a being, a way of being. And when we move out of that, we allow ourselves to actually receive. We allow ourselves to receive and be so, so receptive. The energy just starts to move and flow and cultivate. And it's beautiful because you actually share, like, again, that's intimacy. You're actually sharing that openness. You're sharing your heart being literally cracked open, and the love that's spilling and overflowing from your vessel. You're sharing that with somebody else, and you're it's almost like education, because the amount that I've learned from my body the amount that I've learned from my body, oh my days. I pay so much homage to the body because it's taught me so much. And even in sex, like, I always say that I could teach you techniques, I could give you a few tools, but I'm not teaching you, I'm just sharing these things with you. It's your body and your experience that will teach you. And yeah, I literally, for me, I live by that. I live by just witnessing, because when you witness, you only, like, you know what's going on, because it's such a high frequency when you're allowing yourself to really be embodied in the feminine, or if you're a man, to be embodied in your masculinity, and you're allowing that divine creation energy to flow through you. And when you really tap into it, it's it's just so beautiful and so powerful. Like, it has the power to literally 360 change your life. Like, it is that rich. It's a rich energy. It's the energy that creates life, that brings souls to this planet. Like, this is what we're blessed with right now. It's oh my days, like, I pay so much homage to the sacred force, like, so much homage, because for me, there needs to be so much more respect on sex. And I feel like, because of our conditioning, indoctrination, experiences, it's like sex gets shamed so much. Sex gets looked at as something gross, something dirty, something we have to be private about. We're not allowed to talk about it, we're just about allowed to do it. And it's just like, how, like, I don't know what people are talking about, because obviously there's a physical act, but then the actual energetics of sexuality is oh my, it's something else. It's really something else. And when we allow ourselves to really be able to explore this, it expands your consciousness. It literally expands your way of being. It taps you into your full humanity. It is powerful, such a powerful medicine. Like, it moves blockages out of your system. It can heal lineages, generations. We're dealing with something powerful, something so powerful and beautiful. Like, it literally is a manifestation of source moving through our bodies as a current. It's something just so profound, so profound. So yeah, sexuality, yeah, needs to be spoke on like that. It needs to be given homage, given reverence, because it's coming from the gods. It's coming from the source. It's allowing us to be creators. It's allowing us to birth these beautiful souls. Beautiful souls, like, from a complete other dimension. Like, we're literally portals and stargates. Like, we really do this, and it all comes from sex. And I feel like, how can it have, like, such, like, a bad rap and be looked like this way? It's where we all came from. So like, you have such all these horrible thoughts about sexuality, but it's where we came from. How can we really tap into self, and how can we really love ourselves? We can't.
Yeah, and that's so powerful, because it is about releasing that shame that we've been conditioned to have around sex, and being able to even acknowledge and notice where that shame even stemmed from, because I guess like societally there is this kind of somewhat shame on sex, and if it even though it's very like out there and like over sexualized a lot of things, there's still a lot of shame around actually expressing that sex, if that makes sense, and especially in like a healing way that's non physical. I mean, not just physical, it's very like you know, sensual and getting in touch with ourselves, especially for women, that sense of like empowerment and sensuality, like it's very much shamed and like frowned upon. And I think understanding where were we shamed